Well, hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bobbie and this is Bobbie Reads Tarot, and today you guys, I have a new weekly predictions video for you all. I hope that you're all doing well. Once again, my dogs have decided to wrestle in the background, so as usual, if you hear wild animal sounds like that, it's just them. Okay, so first things first, I just want to look at general energy for the week, okay? So let's see what we can get for general energy for this week. Oh, that's way too many. One at a time. General energy for this week. What do we have? Okay, we have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a card of abundance. It's a card of material success, material wealth. Sorry about that light there, you guys, my little shadows. In case you were wondering, no, my stuff still is not here, so we're making do with my filming the best we can. Okay, so back to the general energy. So Nine of Cups is all about abundance, material wealth, material success. The Five of Pentacles reverse is being at a low point financially, but starting to recover. And then we have the Ace of Wands reversed. Ace of Wands reversed is something that's not coming through. It can be a block. And with this being the Ace of Wands, wands are a symbol, or they're a fire sign. Okay, so they symbolize what we're passionate about. Ace of Wands reversed is not being able to do those things that we, are passionate about. This is also a lack of growth potential. What I'm really feeling like is, I'm feeling like we're going to see something happen this week where the rich are going to get richer. So whether that's like some kind of a deal or some kind of I don't know, but there's going to be some energy that comes across where the wealthy get wealthier while the rest of us are over here just trying to get by. I do think that we may see actually an uptick in the stock market or some growth potential when it comes to money for this week, but it's not long term. It's not going to be lasting or sustaining because we have this Ace of Wands reversed. So this could perhaps even be something that comes up where if it goes through, it'd be a great thing for a lot of people, but it's stopped or blocked or something like that. So that's the general energy. I think we're going to see, it's going to be kind of a mixed bag because we have cups, we have pentacles, and we have wands. So we have emotions, we have money, we have health, finances, and then we have what we're passionate about. If it were all pentacles or, all cups, that would be a little different. But because it's kind of spread out with the different suits, I do think we're going to see kind of a mixed bag of things happen this week. Okay, so now that we've looked at that, I want to take a look at the Trish James Governance Oracle to see what we can expect to see this week in the headlines and around us. I hope you guys are all doing well and hanging in there. I know it's been a little bit crazy lately. I know that a lot of you are very concerned about what's happening with Medicaid, Medicare. In my tarot readings I've been doing for people, I've been seeing, or a lot of people have been very concerned about that. And that's, rightly so. If you have ever wanted to have your own personal tarot reading with me, I do offer those. I offer recorded readings as well as live readings. And the information for that is in the description box below this video. If you just click under the video where it says more and it expands, there's the link to my website. On my website is also where I have all of the different decks that I use. So if you're ever curious to know what deck I'm using, you can find it there, okay? Okay, so Spirit, what should we know that's in our highest and best good for this coming week? What should we expect? So we have tyrannical leadership. Tyrannical leadership. I think that this is a very appropriate card after the summit that was held in Alaska between Trump and Putin. Sorry, you guys, that glare is just, I'm trying to use the sun and it's not cooperating with me. This tyrannical leadership, this is Putin, this is Trump, this is, I think this is more Trump. And then we have support or assistance. Support or assistance. That's interesting. Okay, what else do we have for this week? Too many cards, please, one at a time. We have shifting dynamics and forced hand. Shifting dynamics and forced hand. I feel like this is all kind of referring to the same thing. Look at this. This person, there's a hand coming in and there's a pen and they're trying to make them sign it. Reversing course. I'm wondering if we're going to start seeing, well, okay, I shouldn't say start seeing. I wonder if we're going to continue to see the Republican Party kind of hang Trump out to dry. I think what we're seeing right now is them getting ready to kind of really, like I said, hang him out to dry. I think they're going to let him fall for the Epstein files. I think that's how they're going to get rid of him. And because we have this, you know, shifting dynamics. We have tyrannical leadership, shifting dynamics. We're going to reverse course or go a different way. There's support and assistance in this, and there's a forced hand. They're forcing something to happen. Let's get some tarot and see what else we can get to build this out a little bit. Okay, we have the Ten of Cups reversed. The Ten of Cups reversed is a card that's unhappiness or disunion within family. Now, we've been getting the Ten of Pentacles a lot when we've been doing these readings, and I've been telling you guys how the Ten of Pentacles, that very much reminds me of, you know, the people behind the scenes, right? The 1% that really run the show, that there's issues with them, disunion happening. And I think we're seeing that here with this Ten of Cups reversed card. I think it's kind of the same energy where there's fractures now. There's fractures within MAGA. We're just seeing they're going to start turning on each other. And I think that the powers that be behind the scenes, they understand this, they know this. And so they have decided that they're going to reverse course. It's a decision that has to be made and to put things into balance. Things are very much out of balance. This can be having a difficult choice to make. This is also a card of like forced happiness, forcing a smile, pretending like everything is fine and everything is okay. And I think that resonates a lot with the Republicans as well. They're trying to say like everything is fine, everything is good, but clearly there's issues there. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. So I do think we're going to see, they're just going to continue to let Trump basically like dig his own hole, you know, I think. All right, let's see. Let's do a little bit more of the governance deck, and then we're going to move over to the predictions deck. So anything else in government that we can expect? Policy overhaul. Policy overhaul. That's interesting. I wonder, you know, they don't go back into session until September, but I wonder if there's going to be talks this week about needing massive policy overhaul. Interesting. What else do we have? What else do we have for this week, Spirit, in the world? What can we expect? That was way too many. Okay, so we have shaping the future and beneficial impact. Okay, this is positive, you guys. I'm wondering if this is something to do with the Dems. And oh, we had another one that flipped on the bottom. We have intimidation tactics. So policy overhaul, shaping the future, beneficial impact, intimidation tactics. I very much am feeling like this is Gavin Newsom energy. This is Gavin Newsom trying to, he's beating Trump at his own game, right? He's trolling him. The tweets have been hilarious. Oh my gosh, the way that Gavin Newsom has been, you know, copying the way that Trump tweets. It's just the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so let's see. I do feel like this is the Gavin Newsom thing, so let's see what else we can get here. All right, we have High Priestess. Yes. Okay, this is Spirit confirming. High Priestess is the card of intuition, connection, connecting with source power. So I feel like this is really more of a card for me, honestly. Seven of Wands. This is being a fierce opponent, standing up to bullies. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many of you there are. I'm going to stand up to you. And he even kind of has the Gavin Newsom hair, the shape of it. Yeah. Okay. So what are we going to expect to see with Gavin this week? Let's see here. What can we expect to see with Gavin? It's really bright, isn't it? We'll put those like that. Okay, so what can we expect? Okay, and then we have this 8 of Wands reversed. So this is news coming in fast. This sometimes can be bad news or news that we don't necessarily want to hear. This can also be misunderstandings, arguments. So I think that we're going to see some Dems not like the way that Newsom is going, and there may be some criticism of him this week. I don't think it's going to be anything major, but I do think we might see some criticism. And then I think those that do criticize are probably going to be dealt with pretty harshly. You know what I mean? Like, just by the people, because I think people are very much supporting what Newsom is doing. Okay, let's get these out of the way. Okay, so now we're going to switch gears and we're going to go to the predictions deck and see what we can see for just general predictions. General predictions. What can we expect for this week, Spirit? Let's see here. What do you have for us for this week? We have science breakthrough. That is fantastic. Love that. Okay. What else? Farming industry. So we can expect to see something about the farming industry in the news. I'm wondering if it's going to have something to do with tariffs that are being implemented. Okay, what else do you have for us, Spirit? Whoa, that was way too many. We did have, I want to just point these out to you guys because these just stuck out to me. We're going to put them back, but we had Shadow Ruler, Urgent, Act Now, Uprising, Rebellion. I think that's significant that those all came out together. Okay, so what else can we expect for this week? We have spreading, mutating. There is this very weird, I don't even know what it is. I don't know if it's a virus or a disease or what, but it's showing up on bunnies or rabbits. And it's these like horns growing out of their heads. And it's incredibly contagious and they're not sure what it is. I'm wondering if we're going to see more of that this week. That's kind of terrifying. You know what? Let's take a look at that, you guys. I want to see what is going on with that mutating bunny virus. Have you guys heard about this? If you've heard about this, leave it in the comment section down below. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. So what is going on? We have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is an offer coming through. Somebody offering something. It can be money. It can be like a lucrative offer. I am wondering if this virus wasn't man-made. Somebody did something to make money. They were offered money, like to create something or do something, and perhaps this was a result of it, like an unintended result. We have the Hanged Man reversed. The Hanged Man reversed is a card about refusing to change. So there could have been I don't know, I feel like they saw, whoever the theys are, I feel like this isn't something that just naturally happened. I feel like this had some type of human intervention. And I feel like once they realized what was happening, they refused to change course. Perhaps there's something, I'm not sure. And then we have the Six of Swords reversed. This is a delay. This is also a delay. So there's a delay in, I think there's going to be a delay in figuring out what this is and figuring out how to treat it, or, you know, what to do with this. It is really concerning. We're living in really weird times, you guys, where we're starting to see really weird things pop up, you know. Okay, what else does Spirit have for us for this week? Oh, we have public life burnout. So we may see someone that's very public decide to step away, take a break, have a, you know, some type of an event where they're, when people have like public freakouts, like Anne Heche, rest her soul, she had one. Then we have returns to normal. Okay, I like that. Returns to normal. So maybe we're going to have some return to normality. Pandemic health crisis. Assistance, help. What else do we have for this week? Citing disclosure. So there may be more disclosure news in the news this week. More information about, disclosure happening. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. What else do we have? Okay. We have military plane. We have solution to the problem. Oh, we have resigns, leaves office. And we have controlled puppet. So while we're looking at this, I think this would be a good time to look at Trump's energy for this week. What do you guys think? I think that would be a good thing to do. Let's take a look and see what we can expect for Trump's energy this week. I can't help but feel that this controlled puppet and resigns, leaves office might possibly have something to do with him. So I don't see him resigning. I don't see Trump resigning, but I feel like the energy is building, leading to that inevitability. Okay. All right. Let's see what we have for Trump's energy. What do you have for us, Spirit? About DJT for this week. What are we expecting? Okay. We have the Seven of Swords reversed. The Seven of Swords reversed is a card that talks about being more like out in the open with what it is you're doing. So we're already seeing that he's less and less reserved. He's being more blatant and more direct about all of the nefarious things that he wants to do and that he is doing. And we're going to see that continue and then perhaps escalate this week. Okay. The challenge that he's facing is the Nine of Wands reversed. The Nine of Wands reversed is being battle weary. It's being depleted of energy. It's also having really forceful opposition. So he's starting to face opposition now that is much stronger, much more forceful than he has faced in the past. The energy that he's coming from is the Queen of Swords reversed. The Queen of Swords reversed is a card that talks about making excuses for your terrible behavior. It's someone who's snobby, it's someone who's spiteful, but really at the heart of it, it's someone who does terrible things and then makes excuses for why it's okay or why they had to do it or why they're justified in doing it. The energy of where he's going is the Ace of Cups reversed. The Ace of Cups reversed is a card that refers to emotional emptiness, okay? We're going to see less and less human-like qualities, more like just less empathetic, if that's even possible. But I think we're going to see him like disconnect from emotion even more. I'm wondering if what we're going to see, pop up is more cruelty, increased cruelty from him. The aim of this week, the direction, what he's trying to do, or the destiny of the situation is the Magician. So he's got people that are, smoke and mirrors. He's got people that are helping him behind the scenes, and he really has the energy to be able to do a lot of damage because he's in this Magician energy. And remember, we talk about this a lot. We talk about how the situation that we're in right now, in my opinion, is one where this has been fated, right? This is supposed to happen because we're about to experience a new earth. And this is the path to get there. So he's probably going to be able to do some extra, powerful things this week, or attempt to anyway, because he does have that energy in his corner. So when you start to see this stuff in the news, just remember that even though it's scary and it's sad and it's horrible, and those words aren't even big enough to encompass everything that's happening right now, this is happening for a reason. And I mean, again, like in my opinion, this is what we've been reading about, coming in the Bible for, 2,000 years. If you're Christians, I'm not, but this very much lines up. And not even that. I mean, it lines up with all religions. If it's the end of the Kali Yuga, if you're Hindu, I mean, there's just so many. The Mayan calendar just ended, 2012? That's not that long ago. So, I mean, it's all part of this cycle where we're seeing these things happen. So just try to remember that when, when you're seeing things that seem very scary, remember that it's part of this bigger picture and that we have to go through. These are growing pains. These are birthing pains. The earth is in, I feel it, we're about to experience a massive shift. And what we're going through right now are the birthing pains. So I know that it's scary, but try to hang in there. And also, you guys, I tell you this all the time, but I'm going to say it again. However much time you spend like watching this video, right? This video, it's heavy. It can be a little bit, scary. Be sure that you're taking care of yourself and that you're spending just as much time, if not more time, doing something that makes you laugh or makes you feel good or raises your vibration. Because if we can be in that positive energy more than we're in the negative energy, that is going to be beneficial to us, but it's also beneficial to all of those around us because it's adding to that good energy, okay? So just keep that in mind. When we see cards like the Magician card for Trump, it's there for a reason. It is serving a purpose. Okay, so what he does not see coming, the High Priestess. So again, you guys, I mean, we had this before. The High Priestess, she's the card of intuition, knowing, wisdom. This is the divine feminine. That's what he does not see coming. So I do feel like I do think he's a puppet, and I think he's a controlled puppet, but I think he's not just controlled by the Republicans. I think he's also controlled by spirit. Okay. I know that sounds crazy, but well, maybe not controlled by spirit, but he's here to be a disruptor. He's doing what he's supposed to do. I know that it's terrible and we hate him. Well, hate's a strong word, but but I do feel like he was here for this reason. Okay. The energy for Trump this week is the 8 of Wands reversed, bad news coming in, things he doesn't want to hear. Okay. This can be facing resistance. The environment for him this week is King of Swords reversed. Again, this is tyrannical leadership. So, Zelenskyy is coming this week. Okay, you guys, I'm going to do a reading on Zelenskyy. Zelenskyy is going to be there tomorrow. That's Monday. I'm filming this on Sunday. Okay, we're going to read on Zelenskyy in this reading to see how that's going to go. But I'm wondering if he isn't going to do another, thing to Zelenskyy like he did before, because this is tyrannical leadership, and he just had his little ego pumped up by meeting with Putin, even though he looked like a little lapdog. Hopes or fears, conflict and unnecessary fighting. Okay. Conflict. I think this is conflict within the MAGA base and the separation that's happening. Final outcome for Trump this week is the 5 of Cups reversed. So the 5 of Cups reversed is being at a very low point, but then building back or coming back. This can also be, it can be forgiving yourself and moving forward. It can be bitterness from the past. So there's something going on. I'm almost wondering, though, if this isn't kind of self-serving. I mean, because everything he does is self-serving. Okay, so let's get rid of this, and I want to look at the Zelenskyy-Trump meeting, okay? And I'm going to switch decks here. I'm going to switch over to my Morgan Greer deck, which I love so much. Okay, let's see what we have for this meeting between Trump and Zelenskyy. What is going to happen between Trump and Zelenskyy, Spirit? What should we know? I wish you guys could see my view right now. I'm looking out my window and there is a little lizard walking across the ground. This morning, I saw a coyote outside next to my property. That wasn't very fun. I've got deers that live over there. It is just, I live in like nature. I live in the forest. I feel like Snow White. Okay, let's take a look at what is going to happen with this meeting between Trump and Zelenskyy. Okay. Page of Cups. Page of Cups. This is interesting that we're getting the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is a dreamer, someone that's idealistic, someone who likes to have fun. This can be exploring emotions, looking into different emotions. I'm wondering if this isn't, I don't know. I'm wondering if that isn't Zelensky's energy, because that's a little bit interesting, right? Because I don't feel like Trump is super open, but let's keep going and see, because I could be totally wrong. The challenge is victory. The challenge is being victorious over Putin and ending this war. That's pretty clear. That's what the challenge is. The energy that this is coming from, oh, of course, it's the Nine of Pentacles. This is a card all about ego. Big egos. Putin's big ego is why this war has begun. And Trump's big ego is why Zelenskyy is meeting with him, because he's involved himself. The energy of where this is going or headed, wow. The Ten of Cups, you guys. Okay. Interesting. Ten of Cups is like harmony, bliss, family. The destiny of this is the Queen of Wands. So the meeting itself is this Queen of Wands energy. And when the Queen of Wands is reversed, this is withholding things. So I'm wondering if Trump isn't going to threaten to withhold something unless Zelenskyy does something. Now, remember, a lot of this stuff that happens behind the scenes, we're not privy to. Some stuff gets leaked, yes, and we see it or we hear about it, but this could be something that, we don't see happen, okay? So just keep that in mind. But this, I think he's going to say, like, you either do this or we're going to withhold these weapons. We're going to dig on this one a little more, because this one is just so weird. So we're going to finish the spread. We're going to come back to this. What they don't see coming for this meeting is the Knight of Swords. This is somebody ready for conflict. Look at this. This is someone coming in hot and fast, and they're ready to fight. I'm wondering if this is like Trump, or if he's going to have someone in there like Vance ready to fight again and say really terrible things to Zelenskyy like they did last time. This is someone who's ready for battle. The energy of the meeting is the Five of Cups reversed. So this is, it is recovering. So there could be some recovering from the last meeting. It could be slightly more diplomatic this time than it was last time. But the energy still isn't good. I mean, Zelensky's coming in here and he's like, they've lost all of these people senselessly. And he's trying to, do something, salvage something. The environment of this meeting is the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is trying to hold on. It's trying to find stability, in unstable times, uncertain times. But this is also a card that can be someone who's very frugal, a miser. And again, I'm wondering if it's going to this withholding, if Trump is going to be very frugal and be a miser and threaten to withhold weapons or funding or something. The hopes or fears for this meeting, obviously, the hope. You guys, you know what's interesting? I've said this a million times, but I'm going to say it again. I think it was Nostradamus and Baba Vanga. They both predicted that two leaders would die on the same day. And I always wonder if it's going to happen, first of all, and who it's going to be. Because I feel like Trump, I don't know. I mean, I felt like Trump's going to be assassinated. I felt like Trump's going to die because of his health. So, I mean, who knows? But this is a very interesting card, right? Because this is the completion of a cycle or new beginnings. But when it's reversed like this, it's more of the energy of endings. But it's endings with like a refusal to let go. Okay? Refusing to let go. Final outcome for this meeting. The World reversed. They're not going to accomplish anything. This is nothing is going to be accomplished. They're not going to get anywhere. This is just going to be another, PR thing for Trump. But there's nothing substantial that's going to come from this. Now, I want to look at this Ten of Cups energy, because the energy that they're moving into is Ten of Cups. So let's look at this a little bit deeper and see if we can figure out what that's referring to, because that's really confusing to me. For Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups energy. Why is that here? This was the energy of where they are going. Okay. So there is going to be a partnership that comes in and creates a new beginning. I'm wondering if NATO is going to come in, if that happy ending is NATO stepping up or other European countries stepping up on behalf of Ukraine and Zelensky and starting a whole new thing. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So that's why they have that 10 of Cups, because Ukraine, I think, in the end is going to be okay. I think that they're going to hopefully eventually be able to defeat Russia, but it's going to come from these new partnerships. Fool is brand new, starting something new. Two of Cups is it's all about partnerships, working together. Okay. Wow. Okay, you guys. So I would like to wrap this reading up with my favorite thing in the whole world, which you know is the Starseed Oracle. And I just want to get any final messages that Spirit has for us that we have not heard yet in this message. What do we need to know this week to help us? What just what words of wisdom or encouragement or, you know, whatever does Spirit have for us that we need to know, that we need to hear? What do you have for us? Let's see. We have deep cellular healing. Okay. This says Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Your body knows how to heal. Healing is your natural state. Physical and emotional disharmony can be a reflection of how the world, inner and outer, has been out of alignment. If you're suffering from a mystery or chronic illness, don't allow yourself to think you've done something wrong. Today, it's difficult to navigate our health. If this card has made its way to you, you're being called to focus on your healing in practical ways, to prioritize your health, to be kind and tender to your miraculous body, to give yourself the grounding and care you need to put your body first, to nourish yourself as you would a newborn baby, to treat yourself with tender care. You may be called to switch things up with your body or your emotional well-being, to call in a team of helpers to support you in navigating any challenges you may be experiencing emotionally. The Arcturians are a galactic group who have mastered deep cellular and emotional healing. They want you to know that it's possible to feel vibrant in your body and well in your skin, to have your cells return to effervescence and vitality, to find calmness and contentedness, to have a soothed nervous system and a tranquil heart. You guys, how beautiful is that message? So many people right now are suffering from different ailments. I myself, my back right now after moving, I can hardly move. I've, been to the doctor and all that. I'm going to physical therapy, but it's not just me. It's everybody that I've come across. And I think that this card is it's very good timing. One of the things that they say during this new earth is that the energy is going to change and there's going to be healing that occurs. Healing is coming. So if you are someone who has suffered from a chronic illness for a very long time, please know that there is healing that is coming. Okay. I know that's, easy for me to say, but have faith, because this is a consistent message that I've been seeing from different readers and channels, and now we're getting it here in our readings. So I feel like this is Spirit, coming through saying, hey, I trust me. I've got you. Okay. All right, you guys. I hope that this card, at least at the end, was helpful. Let me know. What do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen this week? What are you expecting to see? Leave it in the comment section down below. I love reading your guys' comments. That is the favorite part of my day. If you haven't already given this video a like and you liked it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up on your way out. And if you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. It's free and it helps out my channel so much. And finally, if you would like to take your support of my channel one step further, you can become a member. The information to join is in that description box down below where the website information is, where it says more. It's 99 cents a month, and my members get member exclusive content and all kinds of fun stuff. So you can go check that out if you are interested. Okay, you guys, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.